Minnesota Vikings. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go! Wait, that! Wait, 20! Watch the run, watch the run! A little flare, flare!
Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a give running right, it's Cook. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, check it. Hey, exit. Sugar, sugar.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Will tie the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
On the ground, it's Cook. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Wait, that 53. Go, go, go. Watch out, watch out. Tie your rope, tie your rope. 4 check, check. Jim, 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 Jim. My five. Watch the slant, watch the slant. Motion, motion, motion. Shadow. Hey, go 66.
From the gun on 3rd down, Brady. He rifles one that's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Show it up. Help him. Sit. Watch the sit. Hey, Alabama.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On second down, it's Cook, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
This is the former Jet and Brown, Isaiah Crowell. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
It's a gain of 10. Watch the crowd. First down, Detroit.
They keep it with Crowell on first. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a run with Cook. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Check 43. Spawns. 80 weapons. Hey, check right. Go Bandit. Go 50.
Now they'll throw with Brady. Hits his target, the tight end, Will Tye. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Regular. Change the mic.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
Done. 180. 29. Okay, double. 8-10.
Here's the former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
He's coming. We got double up.
Now Saquon Barkley. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Watch the spread. Red, tough. 29. Lock in, lock in.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now Cook running right. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Now Brady. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Well-timed effort there by Derwin James, a sack from his safety position.
It's 2nd down.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Bang, 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 bang. Hey, check it.
To throw, it's Brady. Flush to his right. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Olivier Vernon in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Shift. Alert. Go. I got Mike T right here, guys. Mike T.
To throw is Brady. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Carlos Watkins. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 33. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10.
Watch the run. Hey, 18. Greystone, Travis.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Geno Atkins in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. Call it a 6-yard gain. Still plenty of work to do coming up. 3rd and 14. Another good carry there for the NFL's 2nd leading rusher, and we've talked on air, off air about his MVP candidacy. Make a case for him.
Well, I'm just going to tell you point blank, it doesn't matter whether he's 1st or 2nd or even 3rd in the league in rushing yardage. That's not the main deal. It's how he gets those yards and the impact he has on his ball club.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. James Washington, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
And that's exactly what you're supposed to do with good field position. You make the other side pay when you don't have far to go for the score.
Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And that pushes the lead up to 11. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Check it, reload.
Throwing on 1st down is Brady. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Good coverage that time by Malcolm Butler.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
16 yards, a 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Pilot, 64, weak, easy. Switch it,
They run again on 1st down. Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
A gain of 14. And the Lions.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Hey, Alabama. Hey, Charlie. 55's my guy.
Brady now on 1st down. To the left side and complete for Julian Edelman. And he's got this down to the 35. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who could make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good.
Right there in the middle, 55. I'm coming. Hey, 66.
Now on 2nd and 13. Brady eluding the pressure right. Looking for Edelman, and he hits him. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
Let's go. Watch the safety crease.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. Sacks, a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long.
72.
Now Brady. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. The Lions on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. the carry, it's Cook. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make them punt it. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And some room to maneuver. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Trubisky will throw. Flushed out, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Geno Atkins, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Here's Ryan Quigley now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
Come on, man. Let's go.
At their own 29-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Mike 5.
Brady now on first down. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. On second down, Cook. He'll have a first down past the 40, and he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Check three. Ozzie!
Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
36. Sugar.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Go Bandit!
On 3rd down, Brady. Allen's got it over the middle. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So it's a 3rd field goal for him now. He's accounted for all 9 points. I look down to the sideline, though. You can just tell they weren't too happy for 3. They wanted 6.
So they have to have 6. Look, he's keeping them afloat, but they really need to do exactly what you talked about. They need to get into the end zone and score some touchdowns. Otherwise, he's going to have to kick a lot more field goals than just the 3 he's already put through the posts.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
2nd and 12 at the 23-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. A gain of 13, it's a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Alert. 29 is Mike 20. Hey, seam 6.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off by James Bradbury. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
On first down, it's Cook. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Check 99! Check 99! Watch twist! Watch twist! Watch twist! 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 Twist!
Snap comes at 1, and it's Brady. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
450. Like 10. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way. Hey, tie 7. Hey, we got Mike T right here, guys. Mike T. Hey, Mickey 3, win now. Switch. Alert. Check safety. Let me feel.
To throw on third down, Brady. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. They're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Alert. Everyone, you got 4 down. Ran, come.
Here's Trubisky to throw. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a first down on a gain of 10. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
It's a gain of 15 yards and leads to third down.
From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. A gain of 7, and they pick up the first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down.
Giorgio Tavecchio on for the field goal.
The kick by Tavecchio is good. and that'll push the lead up to 8. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. On first down, Brady. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
Mike 10. Mike 10. Mike 10. You got nothing today. You got nothing.
They'll run on first down. Cook. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Derwin James, an all-pro as a rookie last year, up from his safety spot to make the tackle. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
3 bucks. Alert! 36. Take it.
Brady going to throw. He's going to loft one. Deep left side here. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Sammy Watkins with touchdown number 12 on the year. As they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. So now here come the Lions up to go for 2. They'll try and run it in. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they... Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jannard Avery in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now it's Trubisky. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Alert, 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 alert.
Play action. It's Trubisky. To the right side, incomplete to Washington. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Again, it's Cook. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Bravo. Alert.
Brady to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down.
Switch. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. White when he hit. 61. Matchbox lights. White when he hit.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on fourth down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the second time. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now it's Trubisky. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Washington. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
Let's go.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one as a receiver is got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Kyle Fuller, the one to make the tackle.
It's just me and you.
Throwing now is Trubisky. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. Trubisky to throw. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Here's Trubisky. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Escaping the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go, just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. They go play action. Trubisky. Wide open receiver complete. 16 yards, a first down.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's another Vikings.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Now Trubisky on first down. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Keanu Neal with a safety blitz for the sack. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. A first down carry for Barkley. Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie up to make the tackle. Well, that's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back, part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
On first down, it's Carson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. Now it's Carson. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches.
less than a yard.
So a big one coming now for Giorgio Tavecchio. And the defense is going to let him think about it a little as they use their second timeout here. So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Throwing here, Trubisky. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. But he will be stopped behind the line as he will not come close to the marker. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Lions will take over.
Hey, 66. Regular. Hatch it. Hey, wahoo. 72. 10's the mic. 10 rims.
First throw of overtime for Brady. And incomplete. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Alert 3.
They run, Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
10's the mic. Rip right. Kill. Hey, Delta.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
Wait, 20. Under 53, lead now! 380, hit! 72.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Still catching our breaths from that electric finish. You get into overtime, that's one thing. It was a great 4 quarters. But then in OT, not only to win it, but to win it on a defensive score. Wow.
Oh, definitely. And I think from now on, we're going to definitely travel someone who could help us, because I thought I was going to pass out at the end. Not just getting to the overtime, but the plays in overtime that led to this one, and to finish it on a defensive touchdown, a takeaway that gets into the end zone. I'm not rooting for anyone, but boy, I love to see games finish that way.
So for Minnesota,